members from the Tony and Guy International Artistic Team who were working on the 50/50 collection. So come on stage, guys. Francesco, Gary, Nana, Siobhan and Alberto. I'm going to pass you straight over to Francesco, who will help us take our way right the way through the collection of 50/50.
Thank you, Eamon. Good afternoon, everybody. Buon pomeriggio a tutti. I'm going to talk to you about two looks of the collection. The first one that I'm going to talk about is called the Moda. Now, Pina already touched the cutting and the styling side of the Moda, so really what I would like to share with you is the technical information. Inspiration comes from Marc Jacobs' Autumn-Winter campaign, and when it comes to the heritage of Tony and Guy, we're looking at Hair Fusion 2001 and 2002, but also we're looking at art and photography, particularly pay attention to Man Ray, which was the inventor of a technique called solarization, which was post-production photography, changing what is light in dark and dark into light. Very functional technique. We're working with lighter panel, really to create a healthy glow and to extending a beauty spot such as the cheekbone. So really creating an opening to the face and giving a little bit more a functional color technique, not just a beauty fix. Now with our male look, we're talking about the bespoke. The bespoke is really reminiscent of the 80s. Think about the pop band, but in a little bit of a modern key. The haircut is completely disconnected, so it's pretty much bringing the electric goods, so really working with the clippers, which is slightly against the Tony and Guy philosophy, but it's a very modern twist into it. Completely disconnected, the top section, working horizontally section from short to long and vice versa on the opposite side, so short to long, creating two different direction of inversion, and the fringe is cut blonde. Okay? Thank you very much and enjoy the rest of your show, and I'll pass you to Mr. Gary France. Thank you.
Hi, good afternoon. Okay, so the two haircuts I want to talk to you about. First one is a technique we call the Bodon. This was inspired by a Dutch model called Bodon, and it was an editorial shoot that was featured in Zoo magazine. And as with most supermodels, she had really long hair. So the photographer's idea was to place a wig on the hair, reverse the wig, so she actually wore it backwards, and then Richard refined it into more of a classic technical look. The blonde is called the Face. It's inspired by a campaign we did with a model called Emma Balfour in the 90s, which was featured in the Face magazine. And then we used the Balfour bleach technique to really focus on that outgrown, very seamless layer technique throughout the haircut. And I'm now going to pass you to Nana Reese.
Thank you very much, Gary. Super. Okay, two more looks we want to look at. We're looking at the montage and at the fuse. So, first of all was the montage, your shorter textured shape on the right, working with that lovely little pixie shape. And when Indira and I came together to have a look at color choices and techniques, we really wanted to create something really seamless and painted on, working with flickering reds, as fashion seems to be really much in love with red shades in the moment. So looking at iconic images like David Bowie or Suzy Sue, just working with a really mischievous feel and a playful finish for a short pixie cut. Obviously with the fuse here, it's always really nice to have a look at the finished result, cut, colour, finishing products. We're looking here at our campaign shoot and just working with a really soft cashmere feel in the hair. Tony and Guy, it's very important for us to look at the beautiful quality we can achieve with hair. So working with cashmere blondes, working with vanilla blondes to have this really soft and seamless finish for the fuse. Thank you very much. I would like to introduce to you Siobhan Golden, one of our international technical artistic directors.
Good afternoon, everyone. So the two techniques that I'm going to present to you now are the Blitz and the ID. Now the Blitz, as you've heard, was inspired by London's iconic punk movement, and the Blitz Club was home to this. It's a very androgynous shape, undercut with serrated internal edges, and the colour really complements that. The colour was taken reference from our In Focus collection, which was created in 1982, and was a really interesting way of using photography to play with different tonal reflex on the hair, and that's what the colour then with the placement represents. Now the ID is representative of Model of the Moment, Cara Delevingne, and also the finish looking at Miu Miu's Spring-Summer campaign with the swept-over side partings. In terms of a colour placement, it's all about what we see at Fashion Week every year. Seamless, beautiful, shiny colours, particularly with blondes, and the colour placement is very delicate, quite structured, but a very simplistic way of adding interest to a long blonde shape. I hope you have a wonderful afternoon, and I would like to introduce Alberto Perez, International Technical Director. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. It's a pleasure to be here today. We have got two different looks from the 50-50 collection. On the right is the art look, and that is one of the longest shapes of the collection, working and taking the name from the 1981 collection artwork, and the way the images and the pictures we had, it contrasted really highly the shine of the darker sections with the yellowy and more kind of lighter areas. And we're working to create that with the color, a seamless root stretch from dark to light to elongate the shape. The haircut takes more inspiration from the advertising campaign we did in 1981 with Jasmine Le Bon, something very feminine, very sexy, very Tony and Guy, working with an invisible layering, two main sections, working from short to long, offsetted. We're using a slide and a slice cutting as well. With the men's haircut, we have got the refade, as you can see Jodie was doing it on my left here, taking inspiration from the 50s barbering and tattoo movement, taking that graduation a step higher to give it a fresher look. I hope you like it. Thank you very much. Back to Eamon. Thank you.
Fantastic, Alberto. Thank you very much. So that was 50-50, the collection of the presentation. 50-50 collection, this is our new lookbook. We've been producing collections for over 30 years now, inspiring hairdressers with our techniques and creativity. We really do capture a collection every season because, you know, the hairdressing industry, life is moving on and we move on with it. And I think that's probably been the reason for the